Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This time I want to show you how to fill out your Team Holtz Distress Marker chart. And why I want to do this is because last time, or my last video about inks or anything Team Holtz Distress, I did one for the ink pads. And the ink pads, the video was time-lapse, so it was quick. I wasn't talking or explaining anything about how I made this. It obviously is pretty easy, and probably most of you already have these charts and fill them out, but I just want to let people know, other people that don't know about it, because I get a lot of questions about this, how you do this. And it's very easy. All you got to do is fill out the chart. You print out the chart, of course. You go to the Ranger site, you go to www.rangerink.com, and you will find these charts, and you just go out, print it out, and that's it. So what I like to do is stamp. I like to stamp the like a figure in the chart to see the color. But with the markers, it's going to be a little bit different, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's not the same as the ink pads. The ink pads was very easy to do, because all I had to do was bring an image and pad the stamp on the ink pad, and then just stamp that color in the correct box. In the correct box. And the correct box obviously is because it has the name of the color. But with the markers, it's going to be a little bit different, because I cannot stamp, other than I'm going to spend a lot of time trying to ink my stamp with every marker, and I don't want to do that. So then I thought, okay, well, we're going to just stamp an image and color the image with the marker. So obviously, because this is Team Holtz, I had to choose a the smallest I found, and then I can fill out for this was my crown from one of the sets of Team Holtz, and I'm showing you right now. This is the one. See, it fits very well in the square. So that's what I'm going to use for that. So I'm going to get my stamp. I'm going to get one of my acrylic blocks. Very easy, guys. Just put your stamp in the block. And then remember, because these are water-based markers, my recommendation to use archival ink. Or you can also use Versafine. Those are the best inks for you to work with, the distress markers. Other than that, you're going to have problems with the ink because it will smear. So I'm going to stamp my crown in every box I see. So I'm using archival ink, of course. And archival, you all know, maybe or maybe not. Archival is from Ranger as well. So of course it's going to work beautifully with the distress markers. So here we go. Because I know which markers I have, I had to put my markers in a little container box, because I've seen a lot of reviews about the markers, and they suggest that you put these markers laid like this. And the reason why is because I used to have them in a jar, and I love them in the jar, but I am concerned because they say that if you put them like this vertically, the ink is just going to flow to one end, and then the tips will dry out. So if you place them horizontally, the ink will go both ways, and you will never have a problem with it. At least they're going to, last for a longer period of time, depending on how much you use them. So, okay. I know some of the colors I have, so I'm going to just go, I'm going to move the camera a little bit, guys, because I got to move the paper. Okay. So I know I do have faded yeens. So I'm going to step that there. I know I have, let me see. I have, it's kind of tricky because everything is one color. So I don't know, I'm just reading really quick so I don't bore you to tears. Okay, we know we have, or I have, ew, peel paint, picket fence, tumbled glass, Victorian vintage photo, warm lipstick, walnut stain, weatherwood. I see every. Okay, the red one I know it's barn door, correct? Yeah, barn door. So we're gonna stamp that. And I don't know why I'm stamping like not too good today. Great for for me. Yay. Peel paint. I saw peel paint somewhere around here. I should have marked this before I started the video, but anyways, bear with me guys. Peel paint. Okay, we're gonna stamp that there. We're gonna stamp, this is mustard seed. Okay, mustard seed is right here. I know I have black suit here. Okay, I didn't realize they were by alphabetical order. So, okay, now it's easier for me to look for them. Then I have a picket fence, which is here. See, now I okay, I didn't realize that. Now you know it's by picket fence. I'm gonna do like a second, what it's called, a second generation stamp. So because it's white, obviously it's not gonna look in the it's not gonna show on the paper. Black suit I already have. Then I know I have spun sugar. Spun sugar is right here. And then bundle sage, which is right here. And I have faded jeans that I already print my crown in that spot. Broken china, just right here. And then the last one is gonna be antique linen. Then again, I do not have all the markers, but I have quite a few and I'm loving them. Every minute I use them. It's they're really fun to work with. Okay, so now that I have stamped my crown, my Team Holtz crown, you just need to color. So you pick up the right color. I'm going to use bundle sage. And then I like to use the brush dip. I don't know why, but I do. I like that. So I'm going to do that. So bundle sage is right here. And all I got to do is color my crown, or whatever image you're using, with your marker. And then it will show the color. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So, I mean, if you want to make it perfect, go ahead, but that's not my, I'm not aiming for that in my chart. So we're going to use faded jeans. And faded jeans. This is a very nice color. And like I said in my other videos, I don't know if I said that before, but I think I did. I am definitely loving these inks and the markers, and of course in the future I would like to complete my collection of these inks because they're amazing. I like them. I mean, for the style I do, they're perfect for me. So we're gonna use barn door. Barn door is the red one, and you just go over the image like if you were doing any other image. That's all. Not a biggie. Of course, one of the things I know about these markers is that the more you press, the more ink it will, you know, spread in the paper. So if you press and then go lighter, the color will change. It will fade. So, you know, you kind of want to, you know that. Okay, Broken China, one of my favorites. I can't tell which is my favorite, really, because I love them all. But they're very fun. These markers are very fun. But this chart for me is just a guide, you know. Sometimes when I'm doing a card or when I'm doing a project, I need to know what color to use. And they're not, you see, the color in the paper is not the same as the cap. And that's something that I've seen other people brought that up, because this is another type of material. Obviously the color of the plastic is not going to be the same as the ink. So that's another thing that you have to understand, that it's never going to be the same. So for me it's okay, because I know this is bundle sage, and if you go, I don't have bundle sage in my ink pads, but if you go to your ink pads, you know, you will see the same color if you draw them in the paper. And depending, of course, what type of paper you're using. So that's another important thing you need to know. So a lot of people think, oh no, that's not the same color as in the paper or as in the other paper. This is regular paper. Like when you use, these are water-based markers. If you use those markers in a water-based color paper, then the colors obviously are going to show different. So don't get crazy, you know, depending on what you're doing, that's how they look. Okay, this is mustard seed, and mustard seed is right here. Very yellow, kind of antique yellow for me. It has that kind of dark shade, and I like it. That's actually like a golden crown right there. And then we're gonna use peel paint, and peel paint is right here. So actually, like I said, you can use any image you want, as long as it's small as the square. I think you're gonna go good. You can also just color inside the box if you like. I mean, not that much of a biggie. And then let's see, this is picket fence. We don't need that to color in the paper because it's not gonna show. And antique linen, just right here. And I noticed I made a mistake. I didn't notice when I was doing it. Sorry guys. I painted the black suit with Broken China. Broken China was the one. Let me see if I can show you this. Look what I did. I painted Broken China in black suit. It was supposed to be here, but no problem. We'll fix that. Very easy. Look. Just gonna go ahead, Broken China. The good thing is that this is black, so that's not a biggie. You know, you always find a solution for a problem. And for me, like I said, this is not something that it's gonna kill me, oh, because I make a mistake. That's how you learn, making mistakes, right? So all I'm gonna do is gonna get my black suit. I was not gonna color it because obviously it was black, but you know what? We're gonna go over it, and we're actually gonna paint it black. And since it's good that this happened, because you can see these colors, they work together beautifully. You won't see smears, you won't see any problems. I'm using one on top of the other, and actually when you are fading them out or blending them out, they're good as well. So there you go. See, I resolved the problem. Alright, so this is how they look. There you go. So pretty neat, huh? Then once you get everything ready, you put them back, of course, in the little box or whatever container you're using. And then you have your shirt. And then you can actually or bind this or put it in a folder or put it in your wall, or if you have I don't know, something on the wall that you can, you know, like a, I don't know, like a something that holds papers, that's fine. I mean, as long as you have them nearby and you can see, you know, what colors you need whenever you're doing a project, that's good. So that's my video for today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like what you see, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and goodbye.